Finally.
Okay, what's up,
Finally.
everybody? Yep,
Been ducking me for a year, man.
Long time coming.
Ducking me for a year. I had to fly out to Arizona, trap you, block your car in the parking lot
Yeah,
to get on this thing.
whatever. Long time coming, but we finally got the man, the myth, Chris Munizzi, coming on the show with us here today. And we've been trying to lock down a time for a while, so I'm excited to have Chris on. He is regional over at Thunder Energy.
Yep.
And you're crushing tons of deals. And I first heard Chris actually on the Knockstar calls over with Taylor McCarthy. And you're in for a treat because, I mean, I think this was like maybe 2 years ago, a year or two ago now.
Yeah.
And I still specifically remember, like, you know, just little one-liners you had. And what's really cool is everything you train on, you have like these catchy little lines to go with it that like sticks in your head.
You know, and I do want to give goodness gracious, I do want to give a shout out to Taylor because now that you mention it, like I remember when he invited me to do a call, and I was so nervous. You know, kind of cussed me out in like a Boston way, and so it's, bro, you're gonna do fine.
Yeah.
So totally thank you to Taylor for getting me on the on my first call and encouraging me.
Yeah.
Knockstars is my family, it's my blood.
Yeah.
You know, and being out here at the D2D Experts event is super cool as well.
Yeah.
But thank you, Taylor.
Yeah.
And
shout out to Taylor McCarthy.
Yeah, Taylor definitely. You know, it's amazing too because, you know, I was his manager when he was 17, and we're obviously a little different in age, but you know, it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
You know, you can learn from anyone, and he really encouraged me to step out of my comfort zone. And just, you know, I met Mike O'Donnell, and obviously met you, and you know, it's a whole new world for me.
Yeah.
Which is great. Which is great about sales.
Yeah.
You know, as long as you have air in your lungs, breath in your lungs, you can do this job.
Yeah.
Look at Tom Hopkins, 83 years old. Sorry, Tom. 80 something years old.
Yeah.
And you're still going.
Yeah. No, it's a tight knit circle, and that's what's cool. Like coming to these events and all that. You start to recognize people. It feels like a family reunion every time you're coming to the events. So yeah, definitely recommend going to events like this. And I'm grateful for it too, because that's how I could finally lock you down for a podcast, and you couldn't escape me anymore.
Yeah, and Sam Taggart, shout out to this event here. Sam Taggart and the DDD Experts. Mike O'Donnell, my brother from another mother, Mike O'Donnell, also getting me to step out of my comfort zone.
Yeah.
So grateful for Mike and for Taylor, just pushing me to the next level. So this is a great event. I'll definitely be coming back, and you know, it's not even over yet.
Yeah, I know. Only halfway through. But yeah, so today we got the opportunity to hear from Chris, and you crushed it up there, by the way.
Thanks,
just bringing the only 30 minutes. I wish they would have put you on longer, but
yeah, it was first. I thought it was 2 hours, and then it was an hour.
Yeah.
Then Mike's, all right, you got 30 minutes. I'm like, I can't even say my name in 30 minutes, and so I'm going through my notes trying to find like my greatest hits.
Yeah.
You know, to impress the audience.
Yeah.
To get invited back, but I think I did okay, and maybe they'll have me back again. But it's awesome. It's so cool. I never thought reading books, right? And that's something I talked about, is the continuous journey and continuous learning. I never thought that 10 years ago when I was reading that stupid book or this book or that book, that someday I would just get in front of people. You know, we did our company call last week with Mike.
Mm-hmm.
There's probably 500-600 people on there. And, you know, I would have never thought that I would impact people that way.
Yeah.
And, you know, some of it's my material and some of it's just, you know, studied and remembered material.
Yeah.
That's what's great about books, right? If you read 20 books, you have 20 lifetimes of these authors all condensed into your brain.
Yeah.
And it just makes it unstoppable.
Yeah.
You know, makes you unstoppable.
Yeah, I can tell you've been through a ton of books, and that's actually one of the big takeaways I got from your presentation today is just the power of continuous learning and always reading. So yeah, I want to get into all that, but before we get too deep into that, Chris, do you want to tell our audience, like, I don't know, just Reader's Digest version, how you got into solar? I mean, you're one of the old dogs in solar. What have you been doing this now, like 100 years?
Let's go back.
Okay.
You know, let's go back to 1987 when I was selling meat out of the back of a truck.
Okay.
I tried to take the Series 6 and 63 and 7. I failed all of those classes. Actually, I did pass the 63. I failed the Series 7. I failed the Series 6. And that's okay. You can come through. It's fine. We kind of do hey, there it is. All right. I make like a little thing out. Hey.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, failed the Series 6 and got a job at a car dealership in New York in 1992. Started selling cars in 1992, and kind of the rest was history. So it was really cool.
Yeah.
And something I've been doing now for 32 years.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, it's a lifetime, and I think in sales years, that's like 100 years old, long time, because especially solar. I don't know about you, but
Okay, I know you asked that. Sorry, salespeople get a little.
Yeah, you're good, but like solar.
All right, so fast forward, I moved to Florida in 2006.
Yeah.
I get recruited by my very dear friends Isaac Gates and Tim Yesta to cable door to door. They kind of tricked me. I didn't know it was door to door. Didn't know it was commission only.
Yeah.
I showed up in black shoes, a black shirt, a black tie. Just about 6 months out of New York.
Yeah.
I look like my cousin Vinny, but in the black version. And then we started knocking doors, and I got my first paycheck. I thought it was a mistake. And I was like, is this my paycheck? And they're like, yeah, this is your money. It's called double revenue.
Yeah.
I was like, that's great. No, come on through. That's part of the thing. You make us, is there another guy coming through?
Yes.
Welcome. So we kind of keep it going.
Yeah.
So we got double revenue on the paycheck, and I was like, wow. I said, this is my first paycheck. I said, is there a mistake? There's too many commas in it.
Yeah.
And he's like, no, that's your paycheck. So door to door for life.
Yeah.
So I did that for about 4 years, and then Tim got recruited to Platinum Protection.
Yeah.
Sam Taggard's jam.
Yeah.
Tim went and did a summer with Platinum, while Isaac and I in the group stayed back and did cable. Then Isaac came up to me today. I'm going up north for a couple of months to blah, blah, blah. And he was going to extended season.
Okay, yeah.
So he went to extended season. He came back and quit cable. Broke my heart. Talked me into doing cable as well. I had already met Taylor McCarthy at this point in like 2007. And then got into solar finally. This is Solarpreneur podcast. I forgot about that. Sorry. Got into solar in August 2015.
Okay.
Ish.
Yeah.
Vivint Solar launched in Florida.
Yeah.
So I launched for Vivint Solar in Florida. Did okay. But every time I did well or we'd win a competition, I was like, I'm getting all these people calling me, congratulating me. It's fine. Come through. We like it. Makes us look popular.
Yeah.
Like we got trapped. It's our studio audience.
Yeah, we got
It's our studio audience. Thank you.
Yeah, we're doing this in a restaurant, so we got the bar audience going.
So launched 2015. Worked at Vivint Solar. Did very well, but realized I was always getting calls from like 11 people every time I did good. And my wife said to me, "Is it possible that they all get paid on you?" And I was like, "Oh, that's possible." And I don't have a problem with overrides and people earning. It's no big deal.
Yeah.
But I knew there was probably a little bit better opportunity out there. So I went and became a dealer with Legacy.
Okay.
And that was great. It was a great experience. And then I got recruited by someone to go to Freedom Forever. And I launched Freedom Forever for Sunder in February 2020.
Yeah.
Right as I purchased my new house, right as Hillsborough County got shut down for COVID.
Wow.
So it was like one nightmare after another. And I bought a new house. I'm launching a new market. And now we're, we can't even leave our house.
Yeah.
If I remember correctly, I think Taylor got me an essential services. Yeah. So I launched with Freedom.
Nice.
In February, we started Florida with one person, me and my friend Dustin Kasuba. Dustin's still with us today. I've been working with Dustin for 9 years, and
cool.
The rest is history. We started cranking. I think we sold 10,000 accounts.
Wow.
Installed maybe 22 megawatts.
Wow.
I might be off by a little bit, but a lot. And then, of course, in October, I think October 1st to be exact.
Yeah.
We had our, breakup with Freedom.
Okay.
And then we're now Sunder 2.0, which has been amazing. We had a lot of great memories at Freedom and, met a lot of cool people. And, I really don't get into all the mudslinging and everything.
Yeah.
And, I'm grateful
good.
for the time that we had. I'm grateful for all of the opportunities I've had.
Yeah.
And now I've been in solar ever since. And I could say in my lifetime, making this amount of money and helping this many people, customers, has just been amazing.
Yeah.
And, you know, I'm a Christian, I'm a believer. And, you know, I was, God, why can this happen when I was 21? Well, probably wasn't prepared for it when I was 21. God knew exactly when I would need this opportunity of a lifetime.
Yeah.
In my lifetime. So
that's awesome.
That's it.
No, that's good. Yeah, you've been around the block, done a lot of things in solar, and I know you're leading a huge organization, many teams right now. So I want to get into that, just the leadership too, because you know, like we have a lot of managers, just reps listening to the podcast. But I want to touch on a few things that you talked about today in your presentation, Chris. Like I mentioned in the beginning, you have so many of these like memorable lines and just like ways of teaching.
Yeah.
That really sticks in.
Well, to be honest with you, I don't really have a strong formal educational background.
Yeah.
Right. You like quotes. Here's one: formal education will make you a living. Self-education will make you a fortune. So whatever fortune I have made, and it sounds like arrogant, or whatever I've earned, is really from my self education. My formal education pretty much got me nowhere. Yeah. It got me, nowhere, to be exact. I'm trying to make it not sound as bad as it is and for the camera, but nowhere. I did not take formal education seriously. And I know you can. There's people that have college degrees and, master's degrees. One of my brothers has a double doctorate degree. He's like, Ross from Friends, and he's, with the bones and all that. And he's also, the soil and stuff. So, so for me, I just learned my way.
Yeah, that's good. And it was really powerful. Like today you were talking about just how I think it was one of your first managers, you were saying he literally like fired people if they weren't listening to audiobooks in the car, that he came and checked up on you.
Yeah, Greg, I won't say his last name, but Greg, if you're listening, you know who you are. And Greg would like turn on our car to see what we were listening to. Yeah. And I thought I was slick because I would leave the house and, I liked audiobooks then, but I love music. I come from a family of musicians. And, there's nothing like a little Rush or whatever I was listening to going to work. And then he walked out to my car one day and I forgot to put the CD back because I had been doing it for a while. Yeah. I would drive to work, listen to what I wanted to listen to. This is like 2007 when I got recruited by Isaac and Tim. Yeah. I would take out the musical CD, I'd put it in the visor, then I'd go into the glove box and throw the CD in. Yeah. But he was smart enough to figure out that, okay, so the CD is at 0. So did you get through it coincidentally in the parking lot and it ended, or did you just pop it in and he found the CD up there? Yeah. So, but I was like, why? This is so stupid. Why is he micromanaging me? And then I watched, he had a nice car. He had a decent house. Yeah. He wasn't fancy. He was a country boy, but wasn't really fancy. But you could my pastor always said you could tell a lot by a man and the family by the look on the wife's face. And every time I saw his wife, she was just so happy and so not stressed. And I was like, maybe I'll just listen. And I just happened to get a good book. Yeah. I'm pretty sure it was Psychology of Achievement. Mm-hmm. I got on Psychology of Achievement, and it just it was funny because you're like, don't do this, don't do that, don't do this, don't do that. Then I went through the checklist. I'm doing it. Horrible. Yeah. So it took me a while to be like, it's okay to say that you've made a mistake, right?
Yeah. Well, yeah. And that's something I think these newer generation of reps, it's like we got podcasts, we got YouTube, so many distractions, and so it's not like
good distractions.
Yeah. Good distractions. But in your time, I mean, back then it's just like you got the one CD and
cassettes. Yeah. Had some cassettes. Had some, Amway Bill Britt cassettes. Yeah. I had then we had CDs. Yeah. And then we got the CDs. Yeah. And then we got to the Blu-rays. Yeah. Oh, but now, my library, my Audible library's got 79 books in it. I got 3 credits right now. Yeah. So it's pretty cool that, I could actually just listen to books.
Yeah. So really, especially now. Yeah, like there's no excuse. Anyone listening should be making. I think Brian Tracy. I know that's a book you like. You one of your original books, Psychologists of Selling, is the one I've read a lot. But he talks about making your car like a library on wheels, right? Like we all, most likely anyone in solar is driving quite a bit. So
we are like psychologists. I think. I got a lot of quotes. I think this one was Taylor's.
Yeah.
McCarthy.
Yeah.
It says sales is a Broadway show put on by psychologists.
Okay. I like that.
Sales is a Broadway show. Yeah.
Yeah.
So Psychology of Achievement was my first one. And I listen to it once or twice a year. It's like, it's like my dental checkup, right? There's 3 books I think you must listen to. And I don't care if you're 100 or if you're 9 years old.
Yeah.
Psychology of Achievement, Think and Grow Rich, and How to Win Friends and Influence People. And I'll be honest with you, the first 2, How to Win Friends and Influence People and Think and Grow Rich, maybe I finished those books up till last year once or twice. And then in 2023, I said, man, I really never gave those books the credit they deserve because I like Tony Robbins or I like Grant Cardone or I like, my pastor, Ronnie Albrana's amazing library of books.
Yeah.
But a lot of the audio books that I liked came from the birth of those books.
Yeah.
So, whatever you believe is fine. But me, if I'm on a desert island, my Bible, Think and Grow Rich, How to Win Friends and Influence People, Psychology of Achievement. And then if I could take one more like little, PDF, Tony Robbins Master the Money Game. Money Master the Game.
Yeah. That's good. Is that Brian Tracy too?
Yeah.
Psychology of Achievement?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it talks about everything. Psychology of Achievement, how to dress, why you dress that way.
Yeah.
If it's white, don't bite. No, the 3 F's, no flour, no sugar. I don't know if it was 3 S, but 3 S's. I don't remember. He talks about salads at 6. Him and his wife, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, would have salads for dinner at 6 o'clock. So it's like a book about training, about speaking, about motivation, and about sales as well.
Yeah.
And it's pretty much everything. I mean, if I had to take one book, which I'm glad I don't have to, I would, especially for people looking for leadership in sales and coaching themselves and dealing with their family and their friends. Psychology of Achievement for the Win. And I don't work for Brian Tracy. I don't get any royalties.
No paid testimony.
My name is Chris Munizzi. This is not a paid testimony.
Yeah.
This is just free advice.
Yeah. Love it. Yeah. So, no, I think that's a good point though. Like make sure you are using that time on the road to actually further your education and, listen to audiobooks. We got no excuses with all the resources. Like, I don't know if you knew this, Chris, but like Spotify now, they have like pretty much any personal development book. You can just, if you have Spotify, you can get that too.
Really?
So you don't even have to like pay extra now.
Oh, okay.
So it's like we got no excuses to be furthering our education and learning. But yeah, I want to shift gears a little bit. Like there's so many. I know I think you called yourself like a jukebox of sell. Like your presentation like went through so many different things. And so I know we can make this like a 10-hour podcast.
I could go to midnight and not repeat myself. And, I have an idea.
Yeah.
We'll talk about the end.
Okay.
I would love if we could maybe once a week or once a month, like do this somehow.
Yeah.
And turn it into like something, but we'll get there because I seriously can't. I can sit here and talk till 10 o'clock and not repeat myself. He won't get a word in. Our batteries will die, but there's so much that you can learn. There's, I'm 53 years old. I've been in sales 32 years.
Yeah.
I've been on commission since 1987. So I don't even know. Wow. I mean, I don't know if I worked a salary job. 1987, I was 17 years old selling meat. I did work at Enterprise Rent-A-Car for a short period of time, and I valet parked cars. But I've been in sales, my whole life.
Yeah.
And it's funny because, you work with people, and sometimes they're like, they'll challenge you or they'll question what you might be talking about. But if you think about, I don't know, what year were you born?
93. So
93. So probably 5 years before you were born, I was already in sales. Not at the level of sales that I'm at now, where I'm, getting to speak on a stage like this or getting to talk to people, but it was totally different.
Yeah. So
it was totally different. And then, in 1993, I just kicked it into full gear.
Yeah. So yeah, that's a lot of years and a lot. Yeah. I mean, sure. A lot of growth, a lot of stuff. We can go for hours, but, another thing, just shifting gears a little bit, something that's always stuck with me. I know you talked about a little bit today too, is you have this saying, it's like, stop checking your Facebook.
Stop checking your Facebook and start facing your checkbook.
Yeah.
People are more interested in who's checking in where and who's on social media. They're more interested in checking their Facebook than facing what's going on in their checkbook.
Yeah.
And it was a quote from a pastor, my cousin who's a pastor.
Okay.
He had his version of it, but it was during an offering teaching, and people are more interested in checking their Facebook and facing their checkbook. And now we have more distractions. We have TikTok, we have Instagram, we have LinkedIn, we have all the different social media platforms to distract us from our craft. If you haven't spent 10,000 hours in your craft, you shouldn't be on social media. You shouldn't be listening to music. I said it today. Stop making royalties for musicians. Stop making royalties for people that don't need any more money. You need to be listening to a Sam Taggart and the D2D experts and all of these other people out there and get residuals from your customer. Royalties from your customers for life.
Yeah.
Right. So I'll sum that up. Do you want to listen to Taylor Swift and make her money? I'm sorry if you're a Taylor Swift fan. Do you want to get her more royalties, or do you want to listen to Taylor or to Sam Taggart and get royalties for life? That's your decision.
Yeah. Mic
your
drop.
Decision.
Yeah.
Right? So, royalties from your customers for life. Stop making royalties for Kanye, and they don't need your money.
Yeah. So good. Yeah. And like, just going off the last point, there's so many distractions. Yeah. We have more resources than ever, but also more distractions than ever. So it's like, that's something that when I'm getting distracted, it's actually come back in my head. Like, why am I checking my Facebook so much? Why am I not looking at my checkbook? And it's actually funny. I don't know if you follow Alex or Munzy at all.
Yes.
But, big entrepreneur and all that. And one of his podcasts, he talks about that, like, first thing he does in the morning is he actually basically does that, faces his checkbook. He will look at his bank account every day and make sure, like, hey, is the bank account where he wants it to be? And like, how many of us are facing that
every day? That's good, I guess, right?
Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, I think it's important to remember stuff like that. We got to face the things that are important in this distraction.
If Facebook's your only book, that's a problem. You heard me say that.
Yeah.
Right? It's so funny. No, it's true.
Yeah.
If your only book is Facebook, there's a problem. If you have a big TV and a small library, that's a problem. Unless you're watching YouTube.
Yeah.
I got an 85-inch TV with every Xbox game possible.
Yeah.
Cool. What's your library like?
Yeah.
Who's speaking into your life? What's the mental protein that you're feeding your brain?
Yeah. Yeah. And like, there's so many things too that we can, I know, earlier you were talking about, like, we got the Call of Duties, we got
Call of Duty. Nothing like Black Friday. Nothing like a good Black Friday to lose a good sales rep. Sorry, guys. Diablo came out last year. I lost like 9 guys for like 7 days. I had their wives texting me, come get him. Help me, please. And bring some Visine because their eyes have been open for 5 days. Yeah. Nothing like a good Black Friday sale of a video game to lose a sales rep.
Yeah. Well, yeah, so there's all these different, I guess I don't know, vices, like distractions, whatever you want to call it.
Kryptonite.
Oh, yeah. That's what you were talking about earlier.
Kryptonite.
Yeah. And so how do you coach guys to just recognize, because some guys, like, you got these games on your phone, all these distractions. Like, I'm sure you've seen this in your guys, but you can be going to the bathroom. Next thing you know, you spent 30 minutes on the toilet playing a whatever game, wasting time.
I mean, I guess toilet's neutral territory. I mean, you don't want to be calling customers back on the toilet and they're like, "Are you in the bathroom?"
Like
my guys call me from the bathroom. I'm like, "Dude, are you in the bathroom?" They're like, "Yeah." So maybe, I'll give a disclaimer. If you have a couple of minutes of toilet time and you want to play Clash of Clans on your phone, it's probably okay.
Yeah.
Or you can return some text messages.
Yeah.
But, you know, how do I say it? You got to say it with love, which I never really was good at that, right? Just being from New York and being very like direct. Like no one wants to hear from a jerk idiot, right?
Yeah.
So you try to communicate with their love language, which, you know, is a big thing that I've learned because I've read the love language book, right? So you have words of affirmation, physical touch, acts of service, words of affirmation, and gifts. Right. So I try to communicate with my people or anyone in my life through the love language, right?
It's good.
Obviously, with ladies that I work with, we're not physical touching. So just for the, you know, high fives and side hugs, you know, for ladies to men. But, you know, some guys want to hear the sound of their voice. Noah, you know, or John or Bob or Charlie, whoever, right? You call them and you talk to them about the things that they want to hear, you know?
Yeah.
Let me get a little bit more specific on that. How do I tell somebody to get the hell off social media or this? You just have to find a way to communicate with them, right?
Okay. Yeah.
It's not the words you say, it's the music they hear.
Yeah.
Right? It's not what you say, it's how you say it.
Okay.
Such an old quote, right? Oh, wow, Chris, you really got something there. Well, it's true.
True.
Hey, buddy, could you stop using that game? It's going to kill you. It's going to ruin your month. It's going to ruin your whatever.
Yeah.
Hey, why are you playing that game? Blah, blah, blah. You know, it's just how you say it. And generally, if I have to deliver something awkward, I try not to text it. Because when you text something to someone, I can imagine looking at the text message and being like, oh, yeah, this is Chris being a jerk in Chris's jerk voice.
Yeah.
Or calling them and just using voice inflection, a little bit of tonality, smile while you're talking about it.
Yeah.
It's hard. It's the hardest part of my job is, you know, delivering the bad news. And, you know, I'm not perfect by any means.
Yeah.
You know, and I make mistakes sometimes. And, you know, they say a salesperson's hardest word to say is no.
Yeah.
And I've learned that you have to say no sometimes. And it's not easy. And sometimes I don't win at that.
Yeah.
You know, and well, what's great about me, so arrogant. What?
No way. This is
what's great about me.
Yeah.
What I'm good at
is
saying, hey, I'm sorry.
Yeah. That's
hey,
good.
I made a mistake. Hey, I should have done that differently.
Yeah.
Forgive me. Hey, guys, it's okay to say you're sorry. You know, you don't have to be a tough guy. This is not, you know, a street war. Hey, I'm sorry. I made a mistake.
Yeah.
You know, you hurt my feelings. I know I did. I'm sorry. And call them. Call them. Don't hide behind a text message. Hey, Bob, I'm really sorry that I acted like a jerk and didn't take your feelings into consideration.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Just say I'm sorry. I'm sorry. How easy is that?
Yeah. Well, yeah, like sometimes what I struggle with is because I don't know, I can tell you got like the New Yorker, I can tell you're not afraid to call people out and all that. But for me, I've had to try to adjust more is just like getting more to where I can, you know, like call people out when necessary. You know, I grew up like a super shy kid, not liking confrontation and things like that. So like, how do you recognize for guys, when do they need to be like called out versus does it depend on the person? Or how do you know what's going to be effective? Is it effective call people out sometimes, or what's been like your experience coaching, training guys and running large teams? How do you get them to actually make changes? And
one of my mentors said, you praise in public, you reprimand in private.
Okay.
Fortunately, I didn't hear that soon enough earlier in my manager career, my leadership career.
Yeah.
So yeah, you just praise them in public and you reprimand in private.
Okay.
And you just be really nice.
Yeah.
You know, and luckily I have a great co-regional, Corey Walksler. Shout out to Corey. I'm sorry I didn't show you some love. He's really good. He's really kind and polite.
Yeah.
We have a very different dynamic in our personalities, but you know, the good news being the age that I'm at and having a crazy life, which I can't really get into today because we wouldn't have enough time.
Yeah.
Is that, you know, I've been very successful and I've also been very unsuccessful.
Yeah.
I've met nice people and I've met bad people. And I've been doing this now. This is my 4th decade. The 80s, the 90s, the 2000s, the 2010, 2020. Okay, my 5th decade of sales. Holy crap, am I old?
Wow.
5th decade of sales.
Yeah.
Sales in the 80s, sales in the 90s, sales in the 2000s, sales in the 2010 to 2020, and now in the 2020s. And I haven't stopped. I didn't like take 5 years and go become a nurse or become a banker. This is all I know.
Yeah.
Is sales. And I've done it forever.
Yeah.
And I think when I'm talking to people, they know that, right? I don't give diet advice. I'm working on that. I got married when I was 45. I don't give relationship advice.
Yeah.
I don't get on the doors a lot these days. So I'm not screaming about people being on the doors. I did that job. Now I'm doing a different one.
Yeah.
So, but I have a lot of life experience on handling bad things and good things. It really takes a lot to get me shook.
Yeah.
And I can deliver a bad message with a lot of experience. And, we talk about stories. I have thousands and thousands of stories for anything sales related you could think of, right? Guys getting arrested in the field, no permits, cars getting stolen in turf, wheels getting stolen off someone's BMW in Massachusetts.
Really?
If you ever watch this, you'll know who I'm talking about. We came out of the hotel and his car was on lifts and all the
oh my gosh.
And that was in 2005.
Wow.
18 years ago.
Jeez.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a long time. And I'm still relevant. I'm still relevant. I still sell.
Yeah.
I still sharpen the axe. My pastor has a good quote. He goes, I might be old fashioned, but I'm not out of date. And I am. I'm an older guy and been around a while, but I'm good with technology. I'm good with sales. I'm obviously very good with people.
Yeah.
My rapport skills are ridiculous. And getting into a customer's home, shoes are off. I'm on the couch. We're cooking dinner.
Yeah.
Dogs, rubbing the dog's belly. I feel like there's nothing I can't accomplish.
Yeah, well, being in sales so long, because I hear some guys, it's like they're knocking doors for a year and they're like, oh, Taylor, I'm burned out. Been doing this so long. And like, I'm in my 12th year doing this. And like, I still have the times where I was like, man, I've been doing this forever. Yeah. But then I see guys like you, like Michael O'Donnell, and I'm like, okay.
Well, I haven't knocked doors for 40, 30 years. I knocked doors probably 2006, on and off the last 16 years.
So yeah, I know you're not necessarily knocking doors every day, but just like, sales in general, the job, what do you say to guys when they're like, Chris, how do you keep doing this after so long? How do you not get burned out? What do you tell your guys?
I can't, I'm not going to be a model, so that's not going to happen. I don't have any degrees, and this is all I know.
Yeah.
And it's done great for me. Yeah. I can go anywhere and make $100,000. I can go to Best Buy and make $100,000. I can go to a landscaping company and make $100,000. Earning potential or earning power is something that's really, really good for life. Let's talk about this.
Okay.
If you're in sales, if you're an 80-year-old fireman, you can't be a fireman. If you're an 80-year-old police officer, you can't be an 80-year-old police officer. But you can be in sales and be 80. Brian Tracy, Tom Hopkins, John Maxwell are all in their 70s and 80s and still making very, very, very good money because they chose this profession.
Right.
So at least I know till I have no air left in my lungs. It might not be in solar. I hope it is. Yeah. But I'll always be able to earn money from my sales career. Yeah. I'll always be able to earn money from my sales pedigree. And that's why I do this. And, that's why I keep pressing on. And when guys are like, oh, I don't want to do this. Well, go take that degree you have and go back to college, or go take that degree you have and go be a nurse. Well, I don't have that. Then just keep pressing on.
Yeah.
Michael O'Donnell is a perfect example, right? Yeah. He's 60. Oh, goodness. He's over 50. And he's out there every day grinding.
Yeah.
And he's turning his Jerry Rice into his Jerry Jones. Here's a quote for you. Okay. Jerry Rice, right? Top receiver, world-class athlete.
Yeah.
Jerry Jones. I'm not a Cowboys fan, but just for like the rhyming purposes.
Yeah.
Jerry Rice and the Jerry Jones. Come on through.
You're good. You're good. Yeah.
Jerry Rice and the Jerry Jones. Jerry Rice is a world-class athlete. Jerry Jones has a world-class organization. Taylor McCarthy, right?
Yeah.
You, Taylor, too. You too, Taylor.
Yeah.
Taylor and Taylor.
Yeah.
World-class sales. Now, they're in their leadership role, right? So I tell guys, well, if you're burned out being a rep, build an organization, recruit, train, motivate. There's lots to do in this job.
Yeah. When guys just accept that that's their career. No, that's good. Because like what you're saying, it's like, this is what you do now. You've been doing it so long. And for me too, when I decided, hey, this isn't just another summer job. This is like my career now. This is what I do. Got a house in San Diego. Like, this is my job. Like, for me, once I like just accepted that and went all in, that's when things changed. Because I see so many guys, it's like, oh, I'm just going to try it. I'm going to do this for a summer. And they're just like dipping their toes. But that's what I would recommend for guys. Listen, yeah, burn the bridges, go all in.
Yeah.
But I love that.
I have a family. I like nice things. So I could possibly retire. I'd probably have to do something still. Yeah. But I'm not done with the mission yet, right? So what's great about sales and what's great about getting plugged in an organization like D2D Experts and getting around guys like Mike O'Donnell and yourself, you can bring that that career to a different level, right? So you have Jerry. Let's talk about it. You have Jerry Rice and the Jerry Jones, but then Jerry Jones will eventually retire. Yeah. And he will bring his career to like maybe a chairman or like an owner, chairman emeritus, I think it's called. Yeah. So, I still have so many levels that I could still go to in this, right? You have rep, the manager, regional manager, owner, teacher, mentor. There's so many levels that you can continue to go to. Yeah. So good. Yep. And the second that's, you don't have another level to go to, I think that's where, I don't know, company owners, you got to spread that vision to your guys too. Right? Yeah. You got to believe that there's another level you can hit, another, because once you stop growing, that's where I see guys lose too. Got people playing foosball in the background there. Yeah, playing foosball in the background. Yeah. It's okay. We're not trying to do a podcast or anything. Yeah. That's all good. If you won a couple of tickets, though, that's hopefully. Good. Gets this Chuck E. Cheese prize there, but Chuck E. Cheese, Showbiz Pizza and Chuck E. Cheese, man. Yeah, but no, it's good. So Chris, last couple questions before we start wrapping up here. So you're over an entire region over there at Sunder. So for guys that are like aspiring to get into, leading others, growing other leaders. How do you transition from leading yourself, then to leading others, then to leading leaders? I know there's like differences and all that. So what do you see? Like, well, if your house isn't in order, your spiritual house, your financial house, your emotional house, your marriage, your relationship, if those things aren't in order, you can't give what you don't have, right? Yeah. So luckily my house is in order. My health needs to be better. So I'm working on that. But my spiritual house, my emotional house, all that's in order. Yeah. I read books, right? 360-Degree Leader is a perfect book for you to lead yourself, to lead your co-managers. I have a co-manager, Corey Walksler, and, so we have to communicate. We have to get along. Then I have the owners of Sunder, Eric and Max. Then I have my managers that I work with, James and Noah, Joe and Dustin and Kevin and so many people, goodness gracious, I don't want to miss anybody that, Kyler and Caleb and all my Orlando guys. We have a new team in Miami. Yeah. I have to be able to communicate effectively with them. But I also have to be able to communicate with myself. Yeah. Tony Robbins, if you watch some of his events, he talks about James Belushi and Robin Williams, how they killed themselves when they had all the money. They had beautiful families. They had won multiple awards, but Tony said they didn't effectively communicate with themselves. Yeah. So I think one thing I'm very good at, along with an answer, to mentor and to help others, is I am in very good check with myself. I don't drink alcohol, and if you do, I don't judge you. I'm not popping bottles at the club.
Yeah.
You know, my mind is crisp. I get the right amount of rest. I'm healthy, though, you know, obviously working on getting healthier, but I'm healthy. My mind is healthy. I'm happy.
Yeah.
You know, I'm spiritually fed. I go to a great church. My wife is, you know, handpicked by God for me.
Awesome.
My daughter, Angelina, she's 6. She's amazing. So they see those things, right?
Yeah.
But if I was like on my 9th wife and, you know, sleeping in my car at the club and, you know, popping bottles with my belly popping out, and then the next day I'm trying to lead you, I'm trying to take you to war, and my house is not in order.
Yeah.
Then how can I do that?
Yeah. So good.
So that's one thing I don't want to brag about myself, but I definitely got my house is in order. So long-winded answer.
No,
read
good.
books and have your house in order.
Yeah. 100%. Love it. And like, you know, you got to know to lead yourself too. So anyone listening to this, think the people you're trying to lead, would you look at yourself and want to be led by that type of person? And if you're doing those things that Chris talked about, if you're popping the bottles, if you're staying up till 5 a.m. playing Call of Duty, like
bad.
you might want to check yourself on some of those things.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
So
the
important.
Kryptonite, right? The kryptonite in life that's blocking your success. Toxic relationships.
Yeah.
Drugs, alcohol, bad things, right? Toxic things.
Yeah.
Things that are affecting you.
Yeah.
Those are things in your life that you just need to get rid of. Could be toxic family members.
Yeah.
Could be a lot of things.
Yeah. Love it. So, Chris, as we start wrapping up here, you sung this for us at the end of your presentation today, but you created, like, in my opinion, the best song for sales that we should all be singing on the doors every day. So it's called what do you call it? No.
Yeah, my friend Jason kind of started it, and then we took it to another level. It's called the No song. So obviously we get a lot of no's in this business.
Yeah.
We get, no's daily. Mike O'Donnell likes no's. Yeah. But, as we get no's and, we'll go from door to door or no's from anything in life, we just try to make it fun.
Yeah.
It's a lot better when there's a room full of people, but, we can kind of sing it if we want. And, kind of being put on the spot here. I'm kind of shy.
I'll sing it with you if you want.
Yeah, it goes no. Yes, right? So you're getting no after no after no after no, and then you're getting a yes.
Yeah.
Right? And that's what's great about sales. You'll get no's. So you could actually sing the no's down the block.
Yeah.
No. Yes.
Yeah.
So we'll do it one more time. Ready?
No.
Yes.
Yeah. Love it.
Hey man, thanks for having me.
Yeah.
I appreciate it, and hopefully we didn't violate any FCC things with that terrible singing. Like my mom said, I had a face for radio. Never got into singing before, but thanks for having me. I'm glad we finally did this.
Long time coming. Back. Yeah, well, we appreciate it, Chris. Remember that song next time you're on the doors. Anyone listening to this, and
no.
Yeah, no, your boat. And then if people want to connect with you more, Chris, or I don't know, potentially looking to start
Munizzi on Instagram at CMUNIZZI at CMUNIZZI.
That's all good.
At CMunizzi, CMUNIZZI.
Yeah.
And then Chris Munizzi, MUNIZZI on Facebook.
Yeah.
And thank you.
Yep.
And I'm proud of you, man, and love this podcast. Thanks for doing this. I've tried to spell Solarpreneur a couple of times.
It's a tough word. It's tough.
It's a tough word. I feel a little bit smarter now. So.
Yeah,
thanks, man. Right. Appreciate you.
No,
see you guys later.
Fun. Okay, appreciate it. So, guys, go hit up Chris. Let him know you appreciated him coming on the show today, and hopefully we can do a round 2.
Definitely. 100%.
In the future.
I'll buy one of these microphones at my house.
Yeah.
I'll get the whole I'll get the hanging down one. I'll turn my house into a studio.
Yep. So appreciate you again, Chris. And guys, one thing I've just taken from learning from Chris over the couple years that I've known him is just make things fun, make it lighthearted, make it easy. Chris is a master at creating these one-liners and helping whatever he teaches stick in the minds just by the no your boat song. That was a great example of it. So thanks again, Chris, and we'll look forward to seeing what you do next. Appreciate
Thank
it.
you.
All right.